Hey everybody, it's Missy from Shimmers again. Thanks for joining me today. I have a new layout to share with you, but I wanted to remind you first that when you're doing your shimmer shopping over in the store, if you mention my name when you check out, you can get a free product of your choice in whichever color you want. So don't forget about that. I thought for today's layout I would make a Halloween layout. I have not made one yet for this season, and I was in the mood to use some of the colors from the new Halloween paint set. And the two pictures that I'm using are of my daughters, and in Paige's shirt, it's a cute little Halloween shirt, and it says, "Ghouls just want to have fun." And I love the word ghouls because it reminds me of girls, and I just thought it was cute. So I thought, I'm going to make that part of my title. And so I went into my Silhouette software and typed out the word and changed it to a scripty font that I liked, and welded it together and cut it out on white cardstock. And I've done this technique before. I think it works really well when you want to paint or color something on white that you used in your cameo. Just leave it on your cutting mat and paint it right there. And this works really good because you're not using a lot of water. If you are going to use a lot of water, like full on heavy watercolor, you might not want to do this because you don't want to ruin your cutting mat. But if you're just using little bits of paint like I'm doing here, it definitely does not hurt the mat. It does not seep through. I've done this several times and it's never ruined my mat at all. So I'm using some colors from the new Halloween set. The green color is a Creameez. It's called Let Us Get Together, and I just painted that on very easily and smudged with my finger. I came in with that purple. It's a Colorings. It's one of the new ones. It's called Vivacious Violet. Yeah, you see my boo-boo there? I just totally almost knocked over my green Creameez there and made a big splatter. Yeah, I was not happy about that. I tried to salvage all the paint that I could. Yeah, be very careful. Don't spill the paint. You do not want to waste any of that precious paint. Almost had a heart attack there. Vivacious Violet is the purple, and Freshly Squeezed is this orange color. And I'm just doing the packaging here. I want this word to be kind of splotchy and messy. You know, it just reminds me of Halloween. And all these colors together look really cute, especially when the pictures are with it. This is a new black paint. It's a Creameez, and it's called Crow's Feet, and it's got some sparkle to it. And I'm just splattering it on. Now this is a gold. It's been in the store for a while. It's an Inklingz, and it's called Good as Gold. I believe this is included in the new holiday set, but I loved how it looked with these Halloween colors, and I just want to give a touch of gold to my title here. And you can purchase all of these colors individually as well, or with the set. So this is kind of the idea that I'm going for. I made the title really big so I could fit the two pictures in between the H and the L. And that still happens, but it does change just a little bit. I wanted to darken the orange a little bit more, so I'm just dabbing it on and smudging it with my finger. And you could do this technique on the cutting mat, you know, with the background design or shape, anything that you cut on your cameo. I love how that looks. Very cool. So you've got some flat color with the colorings, and then you've got some sparkle with the Creameez and the Inklingz. And it's fun to mix and match all of these different paints and get different looks. You know, and the more you add of one color, the darker it's going to get. Okay, so I've got the basis of my title down, and now I'm trying to decide, okay, where do I go from here? Because I really didn't know at this point. I knew I kind of wanted to make a layout from scratch, and so I went to my washi tape collection and pulled out some green, purple, orange, and black, because I didn't really have a Halloween collection in mind. I think the more I scrapbook, the less themey I get. And, you know I have Halloween collections laying around, but I really didn't know where they were, and I just kind of wasn't in the mood to use them. And so I thought, I'm just going to use odds and ends from my stash and try to make it work. So what I'm doing here, I traced my pictures where I want them to go, and I'm going to try to make a frame out of washi tape. And these are all washi tapes I've had for a very long time. Most of them I think are from Michaels. I don't even remember the brand, probably the Recollections brand, but you know how washi tape goes. You buy it, you keep it, years later you still have it because you can hardly ever use an entire roll. So I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I really did not have an end product in mind. I'm just kind of going and seeing how it looks as I go. And this layout, I had many phases where I did not like it, and I had phases where I kind of liked it, and I had to just kind of walk away for a while and leave it. And I almost got it finished, and then I went away on vacation for 4 days, came back and finished it. So in order to jazz up my background, I'm going to come in with some white gesso, and I'm going to go over the washi tape, and it doesn't completely fade it away, but it does whiten it up a little bit. I'm going to come in with the same colors, that's the freshly squeezed, and just do a little bit of the packaging technique here. And this is kind of the part where I almost wanted to start over. That purple is really strong, and whenever I sprayed it, it kind of wanted to do a wide spray, and so I kind of hold it over the garbage can because I didn't want it to spray all over the white paper. So yeah, like I was saying, at this point I was kind of not loving this. Honestly, these are very hard colors for me to use together, and I know they're perfect on a Halloween layout, and maybe it's because I haven't used these colors together in a long time. The more I went, the more I was kind of like, I'm not loving this. Maybe it's the orange and the purple mixed together. You can kind of see there on the left, it's hard to distinguish the two colors because they're on top of each other, and I know that's something I always say, don't do. Don't mix two colors together that don't go because they kind of get muddy. And I feel like that's what I did here, but I keep working at it and get it to where I like it. And I'm trying to do not too much, can't talk today. I'm trying to not add too much orange to the left because my daughter's shirt on that side is orange. So I'm trying to put most of the orange on the right and maybe more purple and green on the left. Okay, here's where I just got random, and I have these stamps that I bought. I don't even remember where I got these stamps, but they were not mounted. They're just rubber stamps, and I like them. They're these sketchy circles. My ink pad was going dry. Yeah, I haven't used this little ink pad in a long time. All of my black ink pads are drying up. I could not get a good helping of ink on these stamps, and so that kind of looked really sketchy. I didn't even know if that mattered. So I took it to my sewing machine and I did some zigzag stitching. I did some stitching in green, I did some stitching in purple, and lots of black down there at the bottom. Not zigzag, I'm sorry, back and forth. What's that called? Straight stitching. Because I felt like you couldn't see ghouls. It wasn't standing out as much, so I wanted some dark in the background behind it. And so I thought, well, I'll do some black washi tape, some black stitching, and now you can see ghouls a little bit better. I'm still not loving it. The stamping did not turn out like I'd hoped. Like I said, my ink pads were not... Yeah, I've got to go shopping for those boring things like ink pads. Anyway, I'm going to add some foam behind the pictures because I want to raise that up a little bit and give it some dimension. And then I think, okay, it's time to come in with my thread. And so I go through all the colors. I've got the orange, the green, the purple, and I'm just trying to jazz it up a little bit more. And again, I'm not sure if I'm loving this yet. It does look messy, which I love. I think it's just getting used to this color scheme again because it's been a while since I've used it together. I do want to pull in some flair, and so I pulled out some that I liked. I do wind up using the one that says Wicked Crazy. I thought that was cute for a Halloween page. That's purple thread up at the top. One thing I do like about this is the background of my pictures is very dark. And so I felt like I didn't need a lot of backing behind the photos, you know, like a bunch of layers of pattern paper. I do come in with this one purple piece, mainly to add a pop of purple, just a little something behind it. And this is a pattern paper from a pack that I got from Walmart in a Halloween pack. I think it's Studio G. Very, very cheap. I bought all the brads, all the chipboard, all the stickers. And it's never been opened. And so I thought, well, that's the perfect purple. I'll add a little bit of pattern paper behind it to kind of purple it up. And then I pulled out these Ellie Studio black alphas. And my title's just going to be Cute Little Ghouls instead of Cute Little Girls. Thought that was a cute play on words. So the title is done. I've got my my pictures glued down. This is the sticker sheet that comes with this collection. It's cute. I just never used it. It's kind of cartoonish, and I tend to not really use cutesy things like this, I guess. But for this layout, I thought, oh, this kind of looks cute. And these are both little girls. There's a little girl skeleton and a little girl witch. And since their shirts were cute, I thought that that would be appropriate. And so I just want to tuck those in over on the sides. And I like how that looks. I think it kind of breaks up the messy background and covers up some of the muddiness. Here are the brads from this collection. There were some square ones and some circle ones. And these are old-fashioned brads. And I have not used an old-fashioned brad in so long. I felt so uncoordinated trying to stick a hole in the paper because I've used the Simple Stories ones for so long, you know, that have their adhesive. And so I actually had to stick this through the paper, which was fine, but I had to twist and turn it to get it straight. I felt all discombobulated, but I got it to work. And I believe that brad says Happy Halloween. And one on the left, I think I used one on the left. Yes, I think it says Trick or Treat. And they're cheap. I mean, like I said, they were $1 for the whole pack at Walmart. So they're not anything spectacular, but they looked cute and they matched. Okay, so here's where I did something I wasn't sure if I liked it. I thought I needed to add a little something toward the bottom. So I go with some gray, and this is colorings called A Shade of Gray. And as soon as I started doing it, I thought, no, why did you do that? It just muddied that up. I didn't like it. So I thought, well, just cover it up a little bit. So I brought out the white gesso to kind of lighten it up. And in the end, it works out, but I almost wish I wouldn't have done it, but it's okay. So I go for some of the chipboard in this little cheapy collection. I use that purple banner. You know, the colors matched perfectly, and it's a cute collection. I just had never used it. I did draw some lines there, and I'm going to come in with my journaling. And I think this looks better once the journaling is in. And then I'm going to add some orange thread behind my flare because it needs a pop of orange down there in that area. And this is after my vacation. I let this thing set for 4 days and then came back and I saw it with fresh eyes. And once I looked at it, I liked it. I think it came together nicely, considering I didn't really use anything new or anything, of importance that's current. Just old stash. I did stitch gold through the word ghouls, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Even though it was kind of stressful at times, I do like how it turned out, and it still was a fun process to get messy. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the sets or any of the colors that I used. Remember to check out the Shimmer store, mention my name, get yourself some free paint, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.